Okay, so this faceless YouTube channel called Blackfiles is potentially making anywhere from $1,500 to $6,000 a month from ad revenue alone. And channels like this are pulling in millions of views without showing their face, filming anything themselves, or even doing a ton of editing. They've basically figured out how to use AI to create content. But there's one problem. AI video generators can get pretty expensive. There's this new model called Seedance 2.5 that makes this kind of content pretty easy to create, but the costs can add up fast. And some platforms sell you unlimited access only to put your generations in a slow queue. Well, not anymore. So I spent the whole weekend testing different options so you don't have to, and I found this platform called Dreamina. Instead of paying for an unlimited plan just to sit around waiting for generations, Dreamina gives me zero queue access to Seedance 2.5, with pricing starting at just 9.7 cents per second on the annual plan. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I'd use it to recreate this entire faceless documentary channel, from the script and voiceover to the video clips and thumbnail strategy. If you want to follow along, I've left the Dreamina link in the description. Now, let me give you a sneak peek at what you can do.
And the men around him have just learned that someone they trusted is not who they thought he was. For years, they knew him as Donnie Brasco, a small-time jewelry thief, a burglar, a partner, eventually even a friend. The man they had trusted for years was FBI agent Joe Pistone.
All right, let me show you how this works. The first thing I did was break down the channel, and I noticed 3 patterns that show up again and again. First, their thumbnails always have something red in them, usually a mannequin. Second, the titles almost always follow the same structure. And third, they post every single week, so the consistency is real. I dropped a Google Doc with 2 free prompts you can grab, and here's exactly what I did with them. I copied the first prompt and pasted it straight into ChatGPT. That turns our chatty friend into a full-blown content creation assistant. But an assistant is only as good as what you feed it, so this next part matters. I'm not feeding it data so it can copy the channel. I'm feeding it data so it can learn the pattern. I went back to the channel, and using the vidIQ extension, I pulled the public channel data. I pasted that into the chat, then clicked this button to pull the transcripts from 3 of their videos. Last thing, I grabbed an article from an official source, the same one I used to build the demo you saw at the start of this video. And yeah, if you're wondering, Blackfiles always documents their sources in the video description, so that part's easy to find. At this point, the assistant is sitting on a goldmine of information, but for this video, I'm going to focus on the script side of things. Now grab the second prompt and paste in chunks of the script. ChatGPT is going to turn those chunks into 6 image prompts and 1 video prompt. And that's what we'll feed into Dreamina. If you want to build the clip manually, you can go that route with these settings. But if you want to work smarter instead of harder, let the AI agent handle it. The agent has access to some of the best image models out there. I went with Seedream 5.0 at 2K 16:9, and for video, it's got what I genuinely call the best AI video generator on the market right now, Seedance 2.5. I set that to 1080p, also 16:9. Once those models are dialed in, I typed into the prompt box asking it to take the 6 images and use them as reference to build a 30-second clip with Seedance 2.5. That's it. That's the whole move. While Dreamina is cooking, go touch some grass or grab a snack, but don't take too long, because a couple of minutes later, this is what it handed back. Here's where it got interesting though. While I was reviewing the clip, I caught a scene where real human faces showed up. So I clicked Edit Segment and asked it to swap those people out for mannequins, similar to the one in the center of the frame. A few seconds later, done. Pretty cool, huh? Now, for a full 30-minute documentary-style video like this one, a single generation obviously isn't going to cut it. You're going to need multiple shots, a few retries, and some variations along the way. And that's exactly where cost per generation starts to matter a lot. This is honestly one of the biggest reasons I'm using Dreamina, because across the entire Seedance lineup, it offers the lowest price per second. No bloated bundles you don't actually need. And here's something worth knowing. Seedance is a ByteDance model, and Dreamina is ByteDance's own platform. That means there's no reseller sitting in the middle marking up the price. The link's in the description if you want to check it out. So how do you handle the voiceover? Dreamina's got you covered here too. Right in the prompt box, there's an AI audio feature, and for this video, I picked a young adult voice in English. One tip that actually makes a difference: generate your voiceover in chunks rather than all at once. It helps the AI nail the intonation and pacing a lot more naturally. Or, if you'd rather skip that step, just ask the agent to generate the full voiceover for you. From here, it's all about editing. And look, Seedance 2.5 did most of the heavy lifting here, because that clip really is the backbone of the Blackfiles style. Here's the final result.
July 26, 1981, New York City. Dominic "Sonny" Black Napolitano and the men around him have just learned that someone they trusted is not who they thought he was. For years, they knew him as Donnie Brasco, a small-time jewelry thief, a burglar, a partner, eventually even a friend. And they were preparing to bring him deeper into the Bonanno crime family. There was only one problem. Donnie Brasco did not exist. The man they had trusted for years was FBI agent Joe Pistone. Pistone had fooled them all with a masterful acting job that had begun in 1976 and lasted 6 long years. He had appeared in Little Italy in New York City as a stranger and outsider, slowly meeting and making friends with a series of mobsters, gaining their trust, making it look like he was participating in their life of crime, all the while secretly gathering vital intelligence on the mafia and its criminal ways. It wasn't easy, to be sure.
Pretty solid, but creating the video is really just the tip of the iceberg. None of it matters if your thumbnail doesn't get the click. Look at what Blackfiles does. Red is always the dominant color. The goal isn't to copy it exactly, it's to study the strategy behind it. I pulled up one of their videos, clicked to view the thumbnail, and downloaded it. Then I went back into Dreamina, pulled up the agent, and asked it to use that thumbnail as a reference to build something new. Same mannequin concept, but with the main character in yellow and the supporting characters in blue, since those two colors contrast really well together. A few seconds later, I had 4 options to choose from, and this one stood out. I asked it to add text in red and white, selected the thumbnail along with the text layer, hit merge and export, and just like that, my thumbnail was done. Honestly, that's what I love about Dreamina. Everything happens on one platform, and because it's the actual source technology, the pricing stays accessible with no middleman markup. And by the way, this is the same tool I use to generate my own avatar videos with Dreamina Seedance 2.5. Besides, both Seedance 2.0 and 2.0 Fast, only on Dreamina. A 30-second clip costs just 78 cents versus $3.21 elsewhere. That's 76% less. If you got something out of this video, hit that hype button, share it, and subscribe. And if you're seriously thinking about starting your own Faceless channel, know that Dreamina has the lowest pricing licensing out there simply because it's their own technology. And here's the best part. You can run multiple generations at the same time and get them back in minutes. So your 10th video of the day comes out just as fast as your first. So what's stopping you? The link's in the pinned comment below. Big shout out to Blackfiles for proving that you really can build a faceless YouTube channel with AI and still deliver real value to your audience. And thanks to Dreamina for making this video possible. Just keep in mind, this channel doesn't provide financial advice, and nobody can guarantee you'll get the exact same results. Every faceless channel still takes real effort, consistency, and a solid strategy behind it. See you in the next one. Peace out.